So that was my impression. I thought that when I got off the plane was...
It's very intimidating and you feel like, I literally said to Reanne, I don't think this country's for us.
Everyone thinks that China pollutes the world.
As long as you've got nothing to hide, is a good thing.
Are the experiences of a lifetime.
That was my next question. Would you come back?
Don't travel to China. That's the message my parents heard again and again before their very first trip. After a huge number of requests from you guys, I wanted to hear it from them. Their very first impressions of China. No filters, no politics. So we sat down yesterday to talk about everything. The expectations, the surprises, and the realities. Let's roll the VT.
Guys, I'm joined here by my mum and dad. It's their very first time in China. I've got a lot of comments from the last video. Everyone's been saying, oh, you got to interview them, see exactly what they thought of China. So, I haven't forced them, but I've told them they've got to do it. Everyone's been asking in the comments, I'm going to ask them and they're going to get a true reaction. So they've actually been to 4 provinces. I know there's been quite a lot of miles they've travelled. So they've got a very good impression of China. So I want you to be honest, nothing to do with me. Don't think, oh, Ben's quite popular in China. I don't want to upset his fans. Nothing to do. I'd rather you be honest and tell me exactly what you thought of it before you came to China and before me and Reanne came to China. Based on what you saw in the media, did you have any reservations about travelling to China? I'm not talking about after you saw what we experienced. Just like you've seen it in the media, did you feel differently?
I thought it was going to be very military based, very strict, very regimental. But it's nothing of the sort. It's very open to a point. So that was my impression. I thought that when I got off the plane it was going to be like, but it totally wasn't.
I thought there would be a lot more poverty. I thought we'd see poverty and we haven't.
Yeah, that surprised me as well. That's a bit of a culture shock.
Yeah.
Where, it seems like it's not only you've got advanced technology and like the economy seems to be thriving, there's no closed down buildings, everything's open.
The infrastructure is very, very good, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
excellent. So
yeah, it's amazing. Do you think Britain, obviously we're from the UK, so this is how we obviously compare things to Britain, but do you think us in Britain could learn something from China?
Everything, really. I always thought, Great Britain, all the rest of it, China is so much more advanced. The people are more polite. You don't feel threatened. Everywhere seems spotlessly clean. They're just very, very clever at everything they do. The road systems work.
High-speed trains?
High-speed trains are incredible.
We're still waiting for ours, whatever it's called,
HS2 has been going for I don't know how many years, but we travelled 700 miles in 4 hours, and it didn't even feel like we were moving. It was just incredible experience.
I was going to ask you actually, this isn't on my list, but you've been to Beijing, Chengdu, Guangzhou and Xi'an. Which is your favourite?
Here, really.
Yeah, Guangzhou.
Guangzhou. Yeah, so much to see, visit a lot. Although the Terracotta Army, the Great Wall are the experiences of a lifetime.
Yeah.
Especially the Terracotta Army is a must-do on anyone.
Yeah, I haven't done it. You've done something I ain't done, which is definitely on our list.
I think we was very proud of ourselves because we'd done that on our own.
Yeah. I was a bit nervous when we left on our own.
You left us and we done it, we got there and, it was okay.
I think anyone that's travelling to China, the first moments from when you land in China, I've been there, so I know, it's very intimidating and you feel like, I literally said to Reanne, I don't think this country's for us. And now, 18 months later, it's our favourite country. It just takes a little bit of time to...
You can see why as well.
Yeah, sure.
But as you've stated in a couple of your comments before about us being old, we
Yeah, I didn't realise you saw
When we
it.
first got off the, off the plane, and as you've stated in one of your other videos about us being ripped off by the couple of taxi drivers, we didn't have the apps necessary that we needed. So it was very daunting, and we were totally lost, really, and we just never would have survived. They need to make that a little bit easier for older people.
Yeah, I feel like they need to just make things easier for people that just get off the plane, because it's easy to get ripped off, and like you said, it's not a lot of money, but it is the principle, and that's why I was a bit upset with it all. What do you think? Obviously, after yesterday, I added this one on. But what do you think of Chinese cars and Chinese technology after visiting China?
Do you want to answer that?
The cars are unbelievable. Every car you get in is a really, what we would consider as a really luxurious car.
There's normal cars here.
Yeah, exactly. They're all quiet, they're all electric. Everyone thinks that China pollutes the world. And when you come here, the electric cars are everywhere.
Yeah.
Electric bikes, and they're so easy to use. You see people using them all the time.
Question I would like to ask you and all your viewers, followers: how is there not many crashes on the roads? It's just
Yeah, I would say we need a Chinese local that actually drives on the roads every day, and then they will answer that question. Because to be honest, maybe we've seen one or two, haven't we? But we haven't seen a lot of crashes.
It sort of works, doesn't
everything works, and they're going all ways here, and coming the wrong way, and on bikes, but I haven't seen an accident. I'm not seeing any problem.
But they've got smart cars, so they probably do the braking and stuff. And I don't know. It's very clever. Many people at home, and many people in the media, people that have never been to China, they think China is polluted and overcrowded. So based on your experience, I know you went to it just a minute ago, but based on your experience, is that true, or is that maybe a little bit true?
Again, as your mum just said, back home everybody blames China for the pollution in the world and all the rest of it, but having been here, I think those that blame China have never been here.
Yeah.
They've never seen what we've seen in the couple of weeks we've been here. That, I don't know what the percentage is, but a very, very high percentage is already electric here. And all the, like you say, all the cars, all the bikes. I've not seen all the smog and mist and fog and everything else that they said was here over all the cities. In the 4 provinces we've been, it's been very clean and clear.
Obviously, I've travelled to India, the most populated country in the world, and the second most populated country in the world, China, and it's literally, honestly, it's like day and night.
Yeah.
India, rubbish everywhere. Mumbai is a big old smog cloud, and then you go to Beijing, blue skies.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not overcrowded. The traffic's moving. You can't even hear the traffic. Every car, like my dad said, every car's electric. When people are blaming China for the world's pollution and stuff, you've got to take a look at India not doing their bit that China are. Right. Do you want to say something?
No, I just think like this country's obviously not obsessed with the green agenda. It's going that way naturally. Yeah. They have still got coal-fired power stations. Yeah. Because that keeps their infrastructure going.
1.3 billion people to give electric to, so.
And they manufacture for the whole world.
Yeah, there's that as well. Yeah.
So it's the obsession's not there as much. They're not going to bankrupt themselves like many countries in Europe seem to be doing. But they are doing their bit, definitely. And the technology side of it, they're on the top.
Yeah, it's hard to beat. So a lot of foreigners, before they come to China, they're worried about safety and worried about being alone, or like incidents might happen, or getting robbed, or like it might not even be China, but it's travel in general. So based on your experience, have you had any issues with safety, or have you felt threatened, or has there been any sketchy moments or anything that you can talk about?
Not at all.
No.
For you?
No, I felt very safe everywhere we've been.
So would you put that down to the cameras, or just, I don't know, the culture, or?
I would say the culture, the way, you know, I presume that, you know, it's not the easiest country to get into.
No.
You need visas, you need, you know, a lot of getting in with, whereas back home in Britain, you know, in England now, anyone and everyone is coming into the country. They don't know who's in the country, and you feel very unsafe when you walk through major cities or any cities.
Yeah, I know.
Where here, as you've said, we're 4 provinces we've been to, and not felt in any way at any time have we felt threatened or uncomfortable even.
When I'm back in the UK, I feel an anxiety that I don't get in China. So it's testament to the way they've sort of, well, their culture and the way that everything's secure. So
You like showing your passports a lot. You can't get in the train stations without scanning your passport.
and going through a security check as well,
Security, so they know exactly where you are all the time.
which, as long as you've got nothing to hide,
Exactly.
is a good thing.
Exactly.
Yeah, definitely.
And also to do with safety, we have got a friend called Lizzie. She does a bit on women alone. So how would you feel as a woman walking alone in China, maybe compared to back home, or just in general?
Totally safe, I think. I think you wouldn't feel threatened here, that's for sure. And getting in taxis or anything, you know, you feel fine.
All good experiences. Yeah, so for first time people who's come into China, obviously China have opened up a lot, so you can get pretty much, a lot of countries can get a 10-day transit visa. Obviously you've experienced getting a transit visa. We've experienced it when we was night walking, way back when. How did you find it? Did you find it stressful or what?
I think it is very stressful. The forms are so small, it's very awkward to fill in the details on the form.
I thought you was going to revert back to being old again, like you couldn't see it or something.
I'm sure, you know, younger people are a lot more savvy, but it's about the writing you've got to write so small, you've got to, you know, try and read it, and the older you get, obviously, the worse your eyes get.
Fit it in the box.
And
That's what she said.
we had an experience where our friends filled in the wrong form, so they had to go to the back of the queue and fill the right form in.
Oh, right, yeah.
It isn't easy at all. They need a clearer form.
Yeah, or maybe like an online thing.
Or an online thing, you know, in this day and age, as you've said, with the technology in this country, you feel a lot more could be done online in that sense.
But they might already have it, because when we was coming in, there was like QR
codes.
You really know how to use it. That's the trouble.
Yeah, maybe it's the communication thing. Maybe more people don't know how to do that. Like, if you can do it online, maybe it should be, oh, you need to do it online first.
It was a bit clearer, you know, when you go online,
Yeah.
then
There is a language barrier here.
it's very
That's
much.
for sure. But
Oh, it's huge.
people are so patient with you, and they tend to have the apps on their phones, or they will try and communicate all the time.
Well, what I think about with the language barrier, like obviously, being English, we always expect everyone to speak English, but if it was the other way around, if a Chinese person landed in the UK and walked somewhere, he could only speak Chinese, and would he expect everyone to speak Chinese?
Of course he wouldn't.
no,
No,
of course
not.
And would
English people have the same patience with him? Some would, some wouldn't, I think.
I think, it all depends.
I think it's depending on where you are, who you meet, but generally British people wouldn't be as patient as what the Chinese people are, for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
They've been very patient with us, you know, all the
The
taxis.
younger people tend to
The younger
talk.
people have learnt, you know.
Yeah, I find the young, especially the ones that are like university educated and stuff, they speak quite good English. But yeah, obviously the
Yesterday when we was waiting for you outside the science centre,
yeah.
and we had a young boy, couldn't have been no older than 4, and he just walked up, went hello,
Yeah,
spoke back, and then he's like, "What is your name?"
he's obviously learning it. Yeah.
Practicing, and honestly, it was so lovely to see. And
You had that one that was educated in England as well.
yeah,
Yeah, the one at the science
Yeah.
place. Yeah, he had actually been to Loughborough University and been to Portsmouth, visited Portsmouth, where we're from.
Shout out Portsmouth.
Portsmouth, always. And he said, what a lovely city. Generally, overall, just can't fault it here. And I'd come back at an heartbeat.
That was my next question. Would you come back?
In a heartbeat.
Yeah.
without doubt, there's so much to see here, so much to do. We've had such a fantastic time. It's so affordable.
It's surprisingly affordable, isn't it?
It's probably the least we've ever spent, isn't it, on holiday? And we've enjoyed it so much.
I would say, definitely, to anyone watching this who sits down and watches this, make a point, get yourself to China, visit the Terracotta Army, the Great Wall of China, and lots more to see here.
Pandas in Chengdu, that was so special seeing them.
Here is, yeah.
You got to get online and start looking at the things in China that you want to do, because you're obviously going to be here a lot. So.
Yeah. We went to a safari park yesterday. It was brilliant, wasn't it?
Yeah. And they look after the senior, older people here.
They've had loads of things for free. I've never seen anything like it.
Yeah, we've done quite a lot for free. There's some mould. But we did have to pay yesterday at the safari park, but only a little bit, you know.
We went up the Canton Tower. It was half price, wasn't it, if you're over 60, so superb.
It's right for some, isn't it?
So that was their first ever time in China. We get lots of accusations from different comments and different people, and Western media as well, saying that we're paid to say things. All we want to do is spread the truth. That's why we bring our own family here, and to hear them say that they love China just makes us feel incredibly proud, and we want to share that with them and you guys at home. So keep following us, keep supporting us, and remember to subscribe.